The ancient fleet awakens in a galaxy filled with conflict and war. Different alien races were always at odds. Each race had its own technology and goals, but they were all too busy fighting each other to notice something important. One day, a group of alien explorers stumbled upon an incredible discovery. While searching through an old and forgotten part of space, they found a massive fleet of starships. These ships were unlike anything they had ever seen. They were huge, with designs that were both beautiful and terrifying. The ships looked ancient, but they had technology that was far beyond anything the aliens had today. The discovery of the fleet quickly made headlines across the galaxy. Alien leaders and scientists gathered to discuss what they had found. Some were excited, hoping the fleet could give them new technology or power. Others were skeptical. They thought the ships were just old relics, not worth the effort of studying them. As the news spread, many aliens laughed at the idea that these ancient ships could be a real threat. "They are just old junk," said one alien leader. "We have more advanced technology today." Others agreed, dismissing the fleet as a curiosity rather than a serious concern. However, among the laughter and dismissive comments, a small group of humans was watching closely. These humans were part of a secret research team. They had their own reasons for being interested in the ancient fleet. For years, they had been studying old records and legends about a powerful fleet created by humans in the distant past. They believed that this fleet could be connected to those legends. The human team worked in secrecy, analyzing every detail of the ships they could access. They carefully studied the design, the technology, and the markings on the ships. After weeks of work, they started to find evidence that made their hearts race with excitement. The technology on these ships was not just advanced, it was distinctly human. The human scientists discovered old blueprints and logs hidden deep within the ship's databases. These documents were written in an ancient form of human language, filled with details about how the fleet was built and its intended purpose. The evidence was overwhelming. This fleet was indeed built by humans, long before any known records of their existence. As the humans made their discoveries, they faced a difficult choice. Should they reveal the truth to the galaxy or keep it a secret? If they told everyone, they would have to face the disbelief and doubt of alien races. But if they kept it hidden, they risked missing an opportunity to use the fleet for their own benefit. After much debate, the humans decided to make their findings public. They held a press conference and showed the galaxy their evidence. They presented the ancient documents, the blueprints, and the technology. The reaction was mixed. Some aliens were stunned into silence, unable to believe that humans had built such a powerful fleet. Others were skeptical, thinking the humans might be lying or exaggerating. Despite the doubts, the news had a profound effect. The discovery of the ancient fleet began to shift the balance of power in the galaxy. Aliens who had once dismissed the fleet as junk now started to take it seriously. They realized that the technology could be a game changer. The human team watched as their revelations sparked interest and fear among the alien races. Some began to make plans to study the fleet themselves, hoping to unlock its secrets. Others started to consider alliances with humans, seeing the potential for gaining an advantage. As the days went by, the ancient fleet became the talk of the galaxy. Everyone was eager to learn more and to see what the humans would do next. The once dismissed relics were now at the center of galactic attention. And while the aliens debated and schemed, the humans prepared for what might come next. The ancient fleet had awakened, and with it, a new chapter in the galaxy's history was about to begin. The discovery had set off a chain of events that would change everything. The ancient ships were no longer just old junk. They were a powerful symbol of the past and a key to the future. As the galaxy buzzed with excitement and speculation, the humans knew one thing for certain. They had to be ready. The ancient fleet had the potential to change the galaxy forever, and the humans would need all their skills and wisdom to navigate the challenges ahead. Hidden legacy. After the discovery of the ancient fleet, the galaxy buzzed with excitement. Some aliens were eager to study the ships, while others feared what they might find. Among them, a group of human scientists worked tirelessly, trying to understand the true nature of the fleet. They knew something the others didn't. This fleet was connected to humanity's past. The human team had been working in secret for months, analyzing every piece of information they could gather. They dug through old records and scanned the technology aboard the ships. Slowly, they began to piece together a story that had been lost to time. One day, as the scientists were poring over ancient documents, they made a stunning discovery. They found a series of old blueprints and logs that were written in a forgotten human language. The documents detailed the design and construction of the fleet. The more they studied, the more it became clear these ships were built by humans from a long-forgotten era. The scientists were excited but also faced a dilemma. They knew that revealing this information would shock the galaxy. Many alien races had already dismissed the fleet as a relic. If they learned that humans were behind it, it could change everything. The scientists had to decide whether to make their findings public or keep them a secret. After much discussion, the human leaders decided to announce their discovery. They prepared a detailed report and a presentation, hoping to prove their point and win the support of the galaxy. The presentation included the blueprints, the logs, and other evidence showing that the fleet was a product of human engineering. When the announcement was made, it caused a stir. The aliens who had laughed off the fleet now had to face a hard truth. The fleet was not just an old, useless relic. It was a powerful piece of technology created by humans. The galaxy was filled with shock and disbelief. Some alien leaders demanded proof, calling the human findings a trick or fabrication. They refused to believe that such advanced technology could come from humanity. The humans responded by showing more evidence, including detailed explanations of how the technology worked and why it was so advanced. Despite the overwhelming evidence, many aliens remained skeptical. They questioned how humans could have built such advanced ships without leaving any records. Some believed that the technology must have been stolen or obtained through other means. As the debate raged on, the human scientists continued their research. They found more documents and artifacts that supported their claims. These discoveries included detailed descriptions of the fleet's purpose and its intended role in ancient human spacefaring civilization. The more the humans uncovered, the more the story of the ancient fleet began to unfold. It turned out that the fleet was part of a grand plan by an ancient human empire. The empire had built the fleet to explore and protect their territories. However, as time passed, the empire fell, and the fleet was lost and forgotten. The revelation of the fleet's origins had a profound impact on the galaxy. Alien races that had previously dismissed humanity now had to reconsider their views. Some started to see humans in a new light, recognizing their potential as powerful allies or competitors. Others remained wary, fearing what humans might do with their newfound status. The human team knew that the discovery of the fleet was just the beginning. They had to navigate the complex political landscape of the galaxy, where different races had different agendas. They also had to deal with the challenges of proving their claims and gaining the trust of their new allies. As the days went by, the human scientists worked hard to build relationships with other races. They held meetings, made presentations, and shared their knowledge. They aimed to demonstrate that humans were not only capable of great achievements, but also willing to cooperate and share their discoveries. At the same time, the ancient fleet remained a focal point of interest. Alien races that had once mocked the fleet now studied it closely, hoping to unlock its secrets. The once dismissed relics were now seen as key to understanding the galaxy's past and future. The human scientists were determined to make the most of this opportunity. They knew that the discovery of the fleet could lead to new alliances, technological advancements, and a stronger position in the galaxy. They also understood that they had to be careful and strategic in their approach. As the galaxy continued to grapple with the implications of the ancient fleet, the humans prepared for the next steps. They knew that they had to be ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. The hidden legacy of the ancient fleet had been uncovered, and it had set the stage for a new era in galactic history. The ancient fleet was no longer just a forgotten relic. It was a symbol of humanity's past greatness and a key to the fleet awakens. With the revelation of the ancient fleet's human origins, the galaxy was in a state of high tension. Aliens and humans alike watched closely, waiting to see what would happen next. The excitement was palpable, and the stakes were high. In a secure facility deep in human space, scientists and engineers prepared for a crucial moment. After months of study and planning, they were ready to activate one of the ancient ships for the first time. This was no small task. The technology was old and complex, and no one knew if it would even work. The scientists worked around the clock, carefully following the old blueprints and instructions they had uncovered. They connected power sources, repaired damaged systems, and ran countless tests. Every detail was important. If something went wrong, it could mean disaster. As the activation day approached, anticipation grew. The human leaders announced that they would conduct a controlled test of one of the ships. News of the test spread quickly, and it wasn't long before alien representatives from various races began to arrive, eager to witness the event. On the day of the test, a large crowd gathered at the facility. The atmosphere was tense, filled with a mix of curiosity and anxiety. The alien representatives watched from a distance, while the human team made final preparations. With a deep breath, the lead engineer pressed the activation button. A low hum filled the air as the ship's systems began to power up. Lights flickered on, and the ship's engines roared to life. The ship, once dormant for centuries, was now awake. The crowd watched in awe as the ship started to move. It hovered gently above its landing pad, showcasing its advanced technology. The ship's hull gleamed with a faint, otherworldly glow. It was clear that this was no ordinary piece of technology. The ship's capabilities were far beyond anything the galaxy had seen. As the ship completed its test maneuvers, the crowd's reactions varied. Some aliens were amazed, their skepticism fading as they saw the ship's power and elegance. Others remained wary, their fear of the unknown evident in their expressions. Among the alien representatives, there was a mix of admiration and concern. Some saw the test as proof of humanity's advanced technology and potential. They started to consider new alliances with humans, hoping to benefit from their newfound status. Others worried about what humans might do with such powerful technology. They feared that it could be used for domination or aggression. The human leaders addressed the crowd after the test, explaining that the activation was meant to show the ship's capabilities and to reassure everyone that it would be used responsibly. They emphasized that their goal was to promote peace and cooperation, not conflict. Despite these reassurances, not everyone was convinced. Some alien factions began to prepare for possible scenarios where they might need to defend themselves against human power. They began to review their own technologies and military strategies, wary of the potential threat the ancient fleet could pose. Back at the facility, the human scientists and engineers celebrated their success. The activation of the ship had gone smoothly, and they had demonstrated its capabilities to the galaxy. They felt a sense of accomplishment, but also knew that this was just the beginning. The success of the test opened up new possibilities. Human leaders and diplomats began to engage with alien races more actively, discussing potential collaborations and agreements. They worked to build trust and to show that humanity's intentions were peaceful. Meanwhile, the ancient fleet continued to be a major topic of discussion across the galaxy. Many aliens were eager to learn more about the technology and to see if they could reverse engineer it. The once dismissed relics had become a hot commodity, with various races vying for access to the advanced technology. The human team knew that they needed to stay vigilant. They had to manage the galaxy's perceptions and ensure that their technology was not seen as a threat. They continued to work on activating and studying the rest of the fleet, hoping to unlock even more secrets and to establish a positive role in the galaxy. As the days passed, the ancient fleet became a symbol of both potential and caution. It represented the incredible achievements of humanity's past and the challenges of navigating a new era in galactic politics. The activation of the ship had shown what was possible, but it also highlighted the need for careful handling and cooperation. The galaxy watched as humans and aliens navigated this new landscape. The ancient fleet had awakened, and with it, the possibility of new alliances, new conflicts, and a transformed galactic order. Humanity's role in this unfolding drama was still being written, and the galaxy unites. The activation of the ancient fleet had stirred the galaxy into action. The awe-inspiring display of power from the human starship had made many alien races reconsider their positions. What had started as a curiosity was now a serious game-changer. In the days following the test, diplomatic activity surged. Alien leaders and human representatives met more frequently, trying to make sense of the new reality. The ancient fleet was no longer a mere relic. It was a symbol of power that demanded attention and respect. One of the first to act was the Federation of Arkeith, a powerful alliance of several alien races known for their advanced technology and military prowess. They proposed a summit with human leaders to discuss the implications of the fleet and explore potential partnerships. The summit took place in a grand space station orbiting a neutral planet. Delegates from various alien races arrived, bringing with them a mix of curiosity, caution, and ambition. The space station was filled with a sense of expectation and tension. Human leaders, including the head of the scientific team that had activated the fleet, attended the summit. They were prepared to present their case and address concerns. The goal was to build alliances and to show that humanity intended to use the fleet for peaceful purposes. During the summit, the human representatives made their presentation. They explained the history of the fleet, its technology, and its intended role. They assured the delegates that humanity sought to use the fleet to promote stability and cooperation, not conflict. The response from the alien representatives was mixed. Some were impressed by the human openness and the detailed information provided. They saw the potential for collaboration and were willing to consider forming alliances. Others were more skeptical, worried that the fleet's power could lead to a shift in the balance of power and possibly provoke conflict. As discussions continued, a surprising development occurred. Several alien races, which had previously been rivals, began to see the advantage of working together. They recognized that facing the new reality of the fleet required a united front. The idea of a galactic alliance started to take shape. Alien races that had once been enemies now found common ground in their desire to understand and manage the ancient fleet's technology. They began to negotiate terms for cooperation and mutual defense. The talks were not easy. Long-standing hostilities and differing interests made negotiations challenging. However, the presence of the fleet and the need for collective security pushed the races to find common ground. They realized that by working together they could achieve more than by remaining divided. Human diplomats played a crucial role in these negotiations. They helped mediate discussions and proposed frameworks for cooperation. They suggested that the fleet could be used as a shared resource, with its technology benefiting all races rather than being controlled by any single group. Slowly but surely, an agreement began to take shape. The alien races agreed to form a new alliance, with the goal of studying and managing the fleet together. This alliance would include representatives from each race, ensuring that all voices were heard and that decisions were made collectively. The formation of this new galactic alliance was a historic moment. It marked a shift from division and rivalry to cooperation and unity. The alien races, once focused on their own interests, now saw the value of working together in the face of a common challenge. The newly formed alliance held its first official meeting, where they laid out their plans for the future. They established committees to oversee the study of the fleet and to coordinate the sharing of technology. They also set up a system for resolving disputes and making decisions. Human representatives were included in the alliance, and their input was valued. The alliance recognized that humanity's experience with the fleet and its technology was crucial for their shared goals. The collaboration promised to bring about advancements and discoveries that would benefit all races. The impact of the alliance was quickly felt. The once fragmented galaxy began to experience a new era of cooperation and mutual respect. Joint research projects were launched, and information about the fleet's technology was shared openly among the member races. The ancient fleet, once a symbol of fear and uncertainty, had become a catalyst for unity. It had brought together races that had been divided for centuries, creating a new sense of purpose and shared destiny. The galaxy was no longer just a collection of individual powers. It was beginning to function as a more cohesive and cooperative whole. As the new alliance moved forward, the future looked promising. The collaboration between humans and aliens opened up new possibilities for exploration, technology, and peace. The fleet, with its advanced technology and historical significance, became a symbol of hope and progress. The galaxy had faced a turning point, and the decision to unite had been a pivotal one. The ancient fleet had played a key role in bringing about this change, showing that even the most daunting challenges could lead to remarkable achievements when faced together. As the Alliance continued to work and grow, the galaxy watched with interest. The story of how the ancient fleet had sparked a new era of unity and cooperation would be remembered as a testament to the power of coming together in the face of great challenges. The test of power, the new galactic alliance was now in place, and the ancient fleet had become a symbol of unity. Alien races worked together to study and understand the powerful technology. But there was still one major question: just how powerful was the fleet? Human leaders decided it was time to show the galaxy the full extent of the fleet's capabilities. They wanted to demonstrate that the fleet could be a force for good while reassuring everyone that it would not be used aggressively. To plan this demonstration, human scientists and engineers selected one of the most advanced ships from the fleet. They prepared it for a test that would showcase its power without causing any harm. The goal was to impress and reassure, not to intimidate. The location for the test was chosen carefully. They selected a remote area of space far from populated systems to avoid any accidental damage. The test would involve a series of maneuvers and displays of the ship's weaponry and defensive systems. The day of the test arrived, and once again, a large audience gathered. Alien representatives, scientists, and diplomats from across the galaxy came to watch. The excitement and tension were palpable as everyone waited to see what the ancient fleet could do. Human engineers began the test by powering up the ship's engines. The ship came to life with a low hum, its lights glowing softly as its systems activated. The audience watched in silence, waiting for the demonstration to begin. First, the ship performed a series of complex maneuvers. It moved gracefully through space, demonstrating its advanced propulsion systems. The ship's agility and speed were impressive, showing that it was not only powerful but also highly maneuverable. Next, the ship's defensive systems were tested. Human engineers activated its shields, which formed a glowing barrier around the ship. To demonstrate their strength, they simulated an attack, firing harmless energy beams at the shields. The shields absorbed the energy effortlessly, proving their effectiveness. Finally, it was time for the most anticipated part of the test: the ship's weaponry. The ship's weapon systems were activated, and it fired a series of controlled blasts into space. The energy beams were carefully aimed to avoid any collisions, but their power was evident. The intensity of the blasts illuminated the surrounding space, showcasing the ship's formidable offensive capabilities. The demonstration was a success. The audience was impressed by the ship's power and precision. The test proved that the fleet's technology was not only advanced, but also under human control and capable of being used responsibly. After the test, human leaders addressed the crowd. They emphasized that the purpose of the demonstration was to show the fleet's capabilities and to reassure everyone that it would be used for peaceful purposes. They stressed that the fleet was a symbol of cooperation and unity, not aggression. The reaction from the alien representatives was mixed. Many were impressed by the demonstration and felt more confident in the Alliance's ability to manage the fleet responsibly. They saw the test as a positive step toward building trust and collaboration. However, there were still some who remained cautious. They worried about the potential for misuse of such powerful technology. Some began to question how the fleet would be managed and whether the Alliance could truly ensure its responsible use. In response to these concerns, the Alliance established a new oversight committee. This committee was made up of representatives from each member race and was tasked with monitoring the use of the fleet and ensuring that it was used for its intended purpose. The committee would also handle any disputes and provide regular reports on the fleet's status. The establishment of the Oversight Committee was a significant step toward addressing the remaining doubts. It showed that the Alliance was committed to transparency and accountability. The committee's work was seen as a crucial measure in maintaining trust and ensuring that the fleet's power would be used wisely. As the days went by, the demonstration continued to be a topic of discussion across the galaxy. The impressive display of the fleet's capabilities had made a lasting impression. It had reinforced the idea that the fleet could be a force for good, but it had also highlighted the importance of careful management and oversight. The test of power had been a turning point. It had demonstrated the strength and potential of the ancient fleet while also setting the stage for future cooperation and vigilance. The galaxy was now more aware than ever of the fleet's capabilities and the need to handle it responsibly. Human leaders and alien representatives continued to work together, focusing on building a stable and collaborative future. The test of power had shown what was possible, and it had paved the way for a new era of galactic unity and progress. As the Alliance moved forward, the ancient fleet remained a powerful symbol of both the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. The galaxy watched with anticipation, ready to see how this new chapter in its history would unfold. The threat emerges. The galaxy had been buzzing with excitement and hope after the successful demonstration of the ancient fleet's power. The new alliance seemed to be a symbol of progress and unity, with different races working together for the first time in centuries. But not everyone was pleased with these developments. In the dark corners of space where peace seemed like a distant dream, a hidden threat began to stir. This threat was not an unknown alien race, but something much closer to home. A faction of disgruntled aliens who saw the Alliance and the ancient fleet as a challenge to their own power. This faction, known as the Zorath Collective, was made up of several powerful and aggressive races that had long dominated their regions. They saw the Alliance's success and the display of the fleet's power as a direct threat to their control. To them, the new unity in the galaxy was a dangerous shift that could undermine their influence. The leader of the Zorath Collective, a cunning and ruthless alien named Goran, began to devise a plan to counter the growing power of the Alliance. Goran believed that the only way to secure the Collective's dominance was to destabilize the Alliance and create chaos. The Collective started by spreading rumors and misinformation. They sent out false reports claiming that the Alliance was secretly planning to use the ancient fleet for aggressive purposes. These reports suggested that the Alliance intended to conquer other systems and impose their rule on the galaxy. The rumors quickly spread, causing panic and mistrust among some of the alien races. The Zorath Collective hoped that by creating fear and suspicion, they could drive a wedge between the Alliance's members and weaken their unity. Meanwhile, the Alliance was busy with its regular activities, including studying the ancient fleet and working on joint projects. The leaders were confident that their collaboration was solid and that the fleet was being managed responsibly. However, they began to notice signs of growing tension among some of their member races. Reports of strange sightings and unexplained incidents began to surface. Some ships reported being attacked by unknown forces, and there were rumors of sabotage attempts on key research facilities. The Alliance's Oversight Committee was alerted to these issues and began an investigation. Human and alien scientists worked together to uncover the source of the problems. They conducted thorough checks on their security systems and monitored communications for any signs of interference. They also reviewed their recent activities to see if any breaches had occurred. As the investigation progressed, it became clear that the problems were not random, but part of a coordinated effort. The team discovered evidence of sabotage and attacks that pointed to an organized group working against them. It wasn't long before they identified the Zorath Collective as the likely culprits. The revelation was shocking, but not entirely unexpected. The Alliance had known that not everyone would be pleased with their success, but the scale of the threat was alarming. The Collective's actions were not just attempts to undermine the Alliance, but also threats to the galaxy's stability. In response, the Alliance leaders decided to take immediate action. They increased security measures and launched a full-scale investigation to identify and neutralize the Zorath Collective's operatives. They also began to communicate openly with the member races, explaining the situation and urging them to remain united. Despite the efforts to maintain calm, fear and uncertainty began to spread. Some races questioned whether they could trust the Alliance and whether the ancient fleet was truly under control. The unity that had been so carefully built was now at risk. Human leaders and diplomats worked hard to reassure their allies. They held meetings and made public statements to address concerns and to show that the Alliance was taking the threat seriously. They emphasized the importance of staying united and focused on their common goals. At the same time, the Zorath Collective continued their efforts to destabilize the Alliance. They launched more attacks and spread more rumors, hoping to exploit any cracks in the Alliance's armor. Their goal was to create enough chaos to weaken the Alliance and regain their own power. The situation reached a critical point when a major attack was launched against a key research facility. The facility was heavily damaged, and several scientists were injured. The attack was a clear message from the Zorath Collective. They were willing to use extreme measures to achieve their goals. The Alliance responded with a coordinated counteroffensive. They deployed additional security forces to protect their facilities and began tracking down the Collective's operatives. The focus was on preventing further attacks and ensuring the safety of their members. The crisis tested the Alliance's strength and resolve. It was a challenging period, but it also showed the determination of its members to stand together in the face of adversity. The leaders worked tirelessly to address the threat and to rebuild trust among their races. As the investigation continued, the Alliance made progress in dismantling the Zorath Collective's operations. They captured key operatives and uncovered their plans, which provided valuable insights into the Collective's strategies. The threat of the Zorath Collective was not yet over, but the Alliance had made significant strides in addressing the challenges they posed. The unity and resilience of the Alliance were tested, but they remained committed to their shared goals and to protecting the galaxy from any further threats. The emergence of this new threat had changed the dynamics of the Alliance and the galaxy. It reminded everyone that even in times of progress and unity, challenges and dangers could arise. The Alliance had to stay vigilant and strong, ready to face whatever came next in their journey toward a more secure and collaborative future. The dawn of a new era. The galaxy was beginning to recover from the chaos caused by the Zorath Collective's attempts to destabilize the Alliance. After a period of intense struggle and uncertainty, a sense of calm was slowly returning. The Alliance had managed to neutralize the immediate threat, and its members were now focused on rebuilding and moving forward. The damage caused by the Collective's attacks had been significant, but it also served as a wake-up call. The Alliance leaders knew they needed to strengthen their unity and ensure that their cooperation was more robust than ever before. They had learned that their greatest strength lay in their ability to work together and support each other. In the aftermath of the crisis, a renewed sense of purpose emerged. The leaders of the Alliance decided to use the experience as an opportunity to solidify their bonds and create a more resilient and cohesive organization. They held a series of meetings to discuss reforms and improvements. One of the key decisions was to establish a permanent security council within the Alliance. This council would be responsible for overseeing the security of all member races and for coordinating responses to any future threats. The goal was to ensure that the Alliance was always prepared and could act quickly if needed. Human and alien scientists also continued their work on the ancient fleet. They made significant progress in understanding its technology and capabilities. The fleet, once a symbol of fear and uncertainty, had now become a symbol of hope and potential. The Alliance planned to use it for exploration, research, and peaceful missions. The ancient fleet was no longer just a relic of the past. It was being integrated into the Alliance's plans for the future. The ships would be used to explore new regions of space, establish new colonies, and facilitate scientific research. The fleet's advanced technology promised to bring many benefits to the galaxy. The Alliance also focused on rebuilding trust among its member races. They held forums and conferences to address concerns and to ensure that everyone had a voice in decision-making processes. These efforts helped to strengthen relationships and to foster a sense of shared purpose. As the Alliance worked to heal from the crisis, the galaxy watched with renewed interest. The events of the past months had demonstrated the resilience and determination of the Alliance. The member races had come together to overcome a serious threat and were now poised to embark on a new chapter in their history. The dawn of this new era was marked by a series of significant events. The Alliance launched its first joint mission using the ancient fleet. This mission was a symbolic gesture of unity and cooperation. It involved sending a fleet of ships to explore a previously uncharted region of space. The mission was a success, and the data collected provided valuable insights into new worlds and potential resources. It was a clear sign that the Alliance was capable of achieving great things when working together. The mission's success also boosted morale and reinforced the belief in the Alliance's potential. In addition to exploration, the Alliance focused on improving communication and collaboration between its member races. They established new channels for information sharing and coordination. These efforts helped to ensure that all members were informed and engaged in the Alliance's activities. The galaxy began to see the positive impact of the Alliance's work. The once fragmented and divided regions of space were now more connected. Trade, diplomacy, and cultural exchange flourished as the member races worked together to build a better future. The ancient fleet, now fully operational, became a symbol of the Alliance's achievements. It represented the power of cooperation and the potential for positive change. The fleet's missions brought new discoveries and opportunities, benefiting all races involved. As the years passed, the Alliance continued to grow and evolve. New member races joined, and the organization became a more inclusive and diverse community. The shared experiences of overcoming challenges and working together created a strong sense of identity and purpose. The galaxy, once marked by conflict and division, was now experiencing a new era of peace and collaboration. The Alliance's efforts to unite the races and harness the power of the ancient fleet had paved the way for a brighter future. The once feared technology had become a tool for progress and discovery. The success of the Alliance was a testament to the strength of unity and cooperation. It showed that even in the face of great challenges, working together could lead to remarkable achievements. The galaxy had entered a new era, one characterized by shared goals and collective efforts. As the new era dawned, the galaxy looked forward to a future filled with possibilities. The ancient fleet had played a crucial role in bringing about this change, and its legacy continued to inspire hope and optimism. The lessons learned from the recent crisis had strengthened the Alliance and set the stage for a prosperous and harmonious future. The galaxy's journey was far from over, but the foundation for a brighter future had been laid. The dawn of this new era marked the beginning of a chapter filled with exploration, growth, and collaboration. The Alliance stood ready to embrace the opportunities and challenges that lay ahead, united in their shared vision for a better galaxy.